If you are a delivery driver, you got to constantly on the look. You got to be on the lookout for loads all the time. And in today's conversation, I want to share with you nine types of companies that depend on courier services. It's important to really know those companies because it's just a stable source of revenue for your courier service. Okay, so the top trends are really favorable to you this year. If you are a courier, you listen to me, you will love the fact that I'm telling you that you have about half a million couriers in the U.S. But those half a million couriers, they are fighting for a $50 billion industry. This is how huge this is. I'm not talking to you about the transportation industry as a whole. No, transportation industry as a whole is a multi-billion dollar industry. But courier services alone accounts for $50 billion. So that's a lot of cash for half a million couriers. Okay, and the thing is that you have some disparities based on the location. For instance, if you are in a big metro area such as New York or LA, you basically have more opportunities than if you were to be in let's say Delaware or Rhode Island. Okay, so bottom line is that if you position yourself properly, if you actually cultivate the right ties, the right networking, you can be really you can expect to earn some revenue from some stable loads. So that's the trend I want you really. Those are the top trends I want you to really have in mind. Now let me talk to you about the companies that actually depend on courier services all the time. I'm not just speaking about seasonality. I'm not speaking about companies that need every now and then those courier services. No, those are companies that depend on courier services all the time. So every single day in the year. So the first company I want you to think about is the first category is printing companies. So printing businesses deal with many time sensitive projects and tight deadlines. Because of this, printing companies must have reliable courier services. And with a courier, they can have, let's say, various printed tasks shipped to a customer on time. For example, printing shops must send printing orders and important documents to clients. They also need deliveries of paper and other necessary printing supplies to be on time. Okay, so suppose a printing company doesn't have a reliable courier. In that case, they risk actually unreliable deliveries. They also risk inefficient workflows and adverse effects on their business reputation. Another type of company that depends heavily on courier services all the time is actually accounting. Let's say it's just an accounting firms in general. Accounting firms depend on courier services all the time, and this is for a good reason. And I don't care if this is a busy accounting firm or a less busy accounting firm. They'll always need, regardless, printing. I mean, they'll need courier services. And the thing is, most accounting firms handle confidential client information. Think about it. They deal with people's tax returns, businesses' tax returns, and sometimes other financial information like financial statements or let's say audit reports. So this makes them very sensitive. This is a very sensitive industry. And if you add on top of that the fact that most accounting firms, CPA firms, bookkeeping firms actually handle legal contracts, financial statements, tax documentation, and other regulatory statements. Really, they have to pay attention to how they treat client data. So, using a courier ensures that the firm can securely transport these documents, okay, and they can move them to government agencies, clients, and other stakeholders with little risk. And that's what they want. They want to have certainty throughout the process. So, couriers play a vital role in the efficient functioning of accounting firms. They ensure, for example, that you have a timely exchange of sensitive financial documentation. Also, courier companies can provide speed and safety. That's kind of cool. And this allows, in return, accounting firms to meet strict deadlines. This means submitting financial reports, filing taxes, and responding to timely audits from IRS or other states' tax authorities. So, courier services also grant accounting firms peace of mind. This is because an accounting firm can access tracking features. This allows transparency throughout the delivery process. And with courier companies' help, accounting firms can streamline their operations. They can also enhance client service and maintain actually a financial confidentiality, okay, and integrity. You also have retail companies. So retail companies are another type of companies that depend on courier services all the time, and this is across the board, across various geographies. I don't care if you are in a small city or you are in a large metropolis. If you are a retail company, chances are you will need a courier every now and then, or even all the time. Okay, and because there's a lot of competition in the retail industry, and in this economy, shoppers have choices. Shoppers have options. They can shop online or they can choose to shop locally. If they shop local, you better make sure that you are like quality of service is there all the time. So many retail companies owe their success to the reliability and efficiency of couriers. Okay, because retail companies need couriers, they fetch and deliver products from, say, warehouses and suppliers to their stores or consumers' homes, for instance. So, meeting the needs of consumers, courier services get goods where they need to be. Okay. So, if clients have to wait, let's say if clients have to wait, God forbid, I mean, this is just an extreme scenario, but listen, imagine if clients have to wait for their items for hours, for days, they are more likely to leave critical reviews. Okay. They're also likely to avoid buying from a retailer again. Trust Trustworthy delivery solutions are therefore vital. Also, courier services provide speed and reliability of returns and exchanges. This ensures clients are satisfied or compensated for their purchases. Okay, so basically, for a retail company, basically having the right courier can be beneficial because with that type of courier, their shop will have very few issues with reverse logistics. So that's kind of important. Okay. And with the right logistics company, a retail store can improve customer satisfaction. It can also remain competitive and expand its customer satisfaction. Another type of companies that depend on courier services is actually the category of food chains. Not a lot of folks know that. Not a lot of couriers even know that food chains need uh, need courier services all the time. They need deliveries all the time, and this is because of the time sensitive aspects of their operations. Okay, I mean anything about food, anything about the healthcare, anything about let's just say well being in general is highly regulated. So time is of the essence. Okay, so food delivery services meet an ever growing need in the market. So couriers can deliver from food chains to consumers in a very efficient time frame. And with this in mind, many food chains would suffer without courier services. Okay, so this is important to really keep in mind. By the way, when I say food chains, I'm speaking about the McDonald's of the world, the Burger Kings of the world, your local restaurants, and so on and so forth. Okay, so the food chains use courier companies to deliver meals to consumers reliably and efficiently. Let's say if you order, let's say if you order your dinner through Uber Meals, for instance, that's a food chain. That's a food chain actually using a courier to deliver the food to you. Okay, and because if you think about it, couriers also allow food chains to reach a larger client base outside their local area. Imagine what happened a few years ago during COVID. Couriers were really instrumental in making sure people were eating at home. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So for a food chain, having a courier service allows them to have better profits and more natural growth of their reputation. So courier services ensure adequate packaging and tracking solutions also, not just delivering food, okay? And so if you're able to have adequate packaging and tracking solution, you can ensure that customers will always receive exceptional quality food with impeccable presentation, unparalleled freshness, and outstanding taste. That's what you want. If you are in the food business, those are the three qualities you want, okay? Presentation, freshness, and taste. That's how you keep customers coming over and over and over. Another type of company that actually that will depend on courier services all year long is the super powerful and super profitable legal and financial institutions. Okay, that category is very profitable. If you are able to secure one contract with a big law firm or with a big bank, you are set. As a courier, you are set. Especially if you are in a large metropolis, if you are in a large metro area, such as LA, such as Chicago, such as New York, you are set, okay? And legal and financial institutions often deal with time sensitive documents, contracts, and sensitive information, such as like anything you can think about, okay? And these items need secure and efficient delivery. So, law firms, banks, and insurance companies rely on courier services every single day of the year. So, couriers transport legal documents and financial statements between offices or clients. So, this is kind of important to really keep in mind, especially from a transparency point of view, from an efficiency point of view, also from a scalability point of view. So, those legal and financial institutions use regularly courier services because they want these items delivered privately. So, with a courier, there is no chance of leaking sensitive information, and others won't actually see it besides the intended parties. And that's what they want, right? They want to really have a certain level of secrecy. So, courier services with dedicated legal or financial divisions offer special handling. The handling ensures the security and confidentiality of this critical documents. So this is kind of cool from a transparency point of view. You want to protect you want to protect the secrecy of the whole process. Other types of companies that actually depend on courier services all year long include pharmaceutical companies. So, pharmaceutical companies rely on courier services. Couriers transport critical medical supplies, pharmaceuticals, and equipment. Again, here we are speaking about time sensitive materials. So, this is kind of similar to food, okay, or even contracts. So, with pharmaceuticals, this is even more important because you are talking about somebody's life. You are speaking about human life actually. So this is important. So courier companies ensure the safe and timely transportation of vital healthcare products, from delivering time-sensitive medications to transferring lab specimens for testing. They do a great job. Okay. And medical couriers also maintain cold chain storage requirements for certain medications. So that's kind of important. Okay. So basically, it is not rare. It is not uncommon for you to meet specific temperature conditions during transits. Also, you have large e-commerce companies. So basically, nowadays you have the rise of the likes of Amazon, Shopify, eBay, Etsy, and so on and so forth. And e-commerce is now a multi-billion-dollar company, a multi-billion-dollar industry. Okay, and globally. Okay, so the rise of e-commerce has transformed the retail landscape. So large companies like Alibaba, eBay, Amazon, they rely on couriers to deliver products. So this e-commerce giants handle millions of orders daily, daily. Okay, this means what? It means that efficient courier services are crucial for their success. I mean, if you think about Amazon, Amazon telling you if you order now, you can get your package today or tomorrow. That really tells you a lot about the stability of their infrastructure, not just first mile, but also middle mile, but also last mile. Okay, so that's important to really keep in mind. So, from last mile delivery to managing returns, couriers help ensure customers receive their purchases on time all the time. And so, this enhances the shopping experience a lot. Another type of company that depends on courier services this year, not just this year, all the time, is actually architectural companies and design firms. Architectural companies and design firms are big. They need courier services in a very big way. Okay, because if you think about it, the way they work actually will the way they work is actually the way they work requires them to collaborate with various stakeholders. For instance, they often collaborate with clients, contractors, and suppliers. Okay, and these individuals are often in different regions. They rely on couriers to send and receive drawings, samples, and design materials. So, courier services deliver completed designs and architectural plans to clients. They also deliver to regulatory agencies and other stakeholders. So, couriers play a vital role in delivering these items securely and promptly. And this ensures, if you think about it, that you have a good and smooth progress for the projects all along. The last type of companies that depend on courier services actually is exhibition and event management companies. So that's a very niche type, if you will. Okay, event management and exhibitions companies depend on courier services for logistics support. Courier services are essential. They're really essential for ensuring that events run smoothly. They ensure on-time delivery of event materials and equipment. They also ensure the timely delivery actually of promotional items and negate marketing collateral. Okay. Also, and this is a very important to really think about. Also, event organizers rely on couriers to transport items to and from event venues, especially big events like festivals, like Oscar ceremonies, or that kind of stuff, or even let's say the Olympic Games, for instance, or the NBA Finals. I mean, that kind of big events. Okay, so couriers coordinate many deliveries to meet specific timelines, and reliable courier services are crucial for the success of large scale events and exhibitions. And no matter if, this is actually, no matter where they're held, no matter whether they're held at private or public facilities, they will need like reliable couriers all the time. So, in conclusion to this conversation, I'll share with you 9 types of companies that depend on courier services all the time. So, I give you the top trends in this industry and then those companies. So, printing companies, accounting firms, retail companies, food chains, legal and financial institutions, pharmaceutical companies, large e commerce companies, architectural companies, and design firms, but also exhibition and event management companies. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.